The long-awaited second phase of Mainnet migration is officially underway. And trust me, this isn't just an upgrade, it's the breakthrough every pioneer has been waiting for. What happens from this point forward will decide who rises with Pi's ecosystem and who gets left behind. If you thought the main opportunity had already passed, think again. This moment marks the reset button for adoption, utility, and growth. The next few weeks could determine whether you're part of the foundation of Pi's Web3 economy or standing on the sidelines wishing you had acted sooner. So buckle up, pioneers, because what's happening right now is bigger than just mapping wallets. It's about positioning yourself in a movement that's rewriting the rules of decentralized finance. Let's now greet and welcome back extraordinary pioneers spanning every continent on Earth. Whether you're joining us from the innovation corridors of Seoul, the entrepreneurial spirit of São Paulo, the tech renaissance of Nairobi, or anywhere else Pi Network's revolutionary vision has taken root, you've arrived at exactly the right moment. This channel delivers unfiltered Pi Network intelligence that shapes how millions of pioneers navigate this Web3 transformation. Before we decode today's monumental developments, I need our global community's energy in full display. Just join our community by smash subscribe and ring notification bell so you never miss an update. Also, comment PI Network to the moon along with your country name to show the world just how massive and united our pioneer movement really is across every continent. I'm Nathan again, and today's deep dive exposes the strategic masterpiece behind Pi Network's second migration wave that most analysts completely miss. I'm revealing the sophisticated blockchain architecture that makes this migration unprecedented in cryptocurrency history, uncovering the economic ecosystem that's already generating real Pi transactions across multiple industries, and exposing the timeline toward open mainnet that could unlock Pi's true global potential. But here's the exclusive intelligence that changes everything. I've discovered the exact metrics Pi Network is tracking to determine open mainnet readiness. And these numbers will shock you. Make sure you watch every second because the revelation at the end connects directly to Pi's future valuation in ways nobody is discussing. The second wave of mainnet mapping reveals Pi Network's architectural brilliance that fundamentally differentiates it from every blockchain project in existence. While other cryptocurrencies launch tokens into market chaos and hope utility develops organically, Pi Network has engineered a reverse methodology that builds sustainable utility before external market exposure. This migration isn't simply transferring balances from testnet to mainnet. It's implementing a sophisticated verification matrix that analyzes mining authenticity, validates referral network integrity, and confirms KYC compliance through multi-layered security protocols. The PiCoin team has constructed a migration system that functions as both a security firewall and a quality assurance mechanism, ensuring only verified, authentic contributors gain mainnet access. The strategic timing of this second wave targets specific user demographics who completed KYC verification after the initial migration window closed, users who encountered technical obstacles during the first phase, and referral network leaders whose downstream pioneers have now achieved verification status. This precision targeting demonstrates Pi Network's commitment to comprehensive inclusion rather than arbitrary exclusion. What makes this approach revolutionary is how it scales verification processes while maintaining security integrity. Each migration wave processes millions of users through complex validation algorithms without compromising network security or user experience. This technological achievement positions Pi Network as the most sophisticated user onboarding system in blockchain history. Here's where Pi Network's true innovation becomes apparent, and this intelligence reveals why Pi's value proposition transcends traditional cryptocurrency metrics. Within the enclosed mainnet environment, a thriving economic ecosystem has emerged that demonstrates Pi's functionality as legitimate digital currency rather than speculative trading token. Domain auction platforms are processing substantial Pi transactions as users compete for premium Pi namespace real estate. These auctions aren't speculative bubbles, but strategic investments in Web3 digital identity infrastructure. Educational technology platforms have integrated Pi payment systems for certification programs, skill development courses, and professional training modules. Entertainment applications are utilizing Pi for premium content access, creator monetization, and interactive gaming experiences. Most significantly, merchant adoption has accelerated across multiple geographic regions where businesses integrate Pi payment processing into existing commercial operations. Retail establishments in Vietnam accept Pi for consumer goods. Service providers in Indonesia process Pi payments for digital services. Technology companies in China facilitate Pi transactions for software solutions and digital products. This internal circulation creates genuine economic velocity that validates Pi's utility independent of external market speculation. Unlike cryptocurrencies dependent on exchange trading for value creation, Pi generates value through actual economic activity within its expanding ecosystem. As second-wave migration increases mainnet population, this economic circulation multiplies exponentially, strengthening Pi's foundation as functional digital currency. The data shows transaction volume increasing across all ecosystem categories, with domain purchases, educational payments, entertainment subscriptions, and merchant transactions creating sustainable economic demand that supports Pi's long-term value proposition. Our Pioneer community represents the most valuable intelligence network for understanding Pi Network's real-world impact, and I need your direct input on critical questions that shape migration strategy effectiveness. Share your migration timeline experiences in the comments. How long did your KYC verification process take, and what specific documentation requirements created the most challenges? Were there geographic differences in verification processing times, and did certain countries experience faster approval rates than others? Your data helps identify verification bottlenecks and optimization opportunities. For pioneers already active on Mainnet, describe your ecosystem engagement patterns. Which applications and services have you used for Pi transactions? Have you participated in domain auctions, educational platform payments, or merchant transactions? What functionality improvements have you noticed compared to testnet environment? Your usage patterns reveal ecosystem strengths and development priorities. Regarding Pi Network's periodic migration strategy versus mass migration alternatives, what advantages and disadvantages have you observed? Does the phased approach provide better security and verification accuracy, or would streamlined processing improve user experience? How has communication about migration opportunities reached you through official channels versus community networks? Technical challenges continue affecting some migration processes. KYC verification delays impact users in certain regions due to documentation requirements and processing capacity limitations. Application interface inconsistencies occasionally confuse users during migration procedures. Communication timing variations mean some pioneers miss migration announcements or deadline updates. However, the PiCore team's responsive approach to addressing these challenges through application updates, support system improvements, and community feedback integration demonstrates their commitment to migration success for every verified pioneer. Pi Network's ultimate destination involves launching open mainnet functionality that enables Pi interaction with external blockchain networks and cryptocurrency exchanges. Understanding this trajectory requires analyzing the strategic milestones that must be achieved before open mainnet becomes operational reality. Migration completion represents the foundational requirement where all verified pioneers gain mainnet access and ecosystem participation capabilities. Merchant network expansion must reach critical mass across multiple countries and industries to demonstrate Pi's commercial viability and economic circulation sustainability. Decentralized application diversity needs sufficient breadth and depth to showcase Pi's versatility as Web3 infrastructure platform. Governance system implementation becomes crucial for community-driven decision-making and network parameter management. This isn't just theoretical anymore, friends. This dual structure could fundamentally rewrite the rules of cryptocurrency valuation and utility, creating unprecedented opportunities for pioneers who understand the deeper mechanics. Pi Network emerged from the crypto wilderness with an approach so innovative it left traditional miners scratching their heads. While other cryptocurrencies demanded expensive hardware and consumed massive amounts of energy, Pi democratized mining through smartphones. This wasn't just clever marketing, it was visionary thinking that attracted tens of millions of users globally. The platform cultivated something unprecedented in crypto, a community tied together by participation, verified identity, and genuine long-term utility rather than pure speculation. The roadmap progression through enclosed and open network phases continues evolving as the ecosystem reaches new levels of maturity. With each passing month, we're witnessing the careful construction of something that could reshape how the world thinks about digital currency. Yet despite this massive user base and army of enthusiastic pioneers, Pi's notable absence from major exchanges like Binance has remained the elephant in the room. Could we finally be approaching the moment when that changes forever? If Pi secures a Binance listing, we're looking at implications that extend far beyond simple price movements. True price discovery would finally emerge as Pi enters open market valuation, attracting the kind of institutional analysis that separates legitimate projects from temporary hype. Millions of Binance users would suddenly gain direct access to an asset they've only heard whispers about, creating instant global accessibility that could trigger unprecedented demand waves across multiple continents. The credibility boost alone would be transformational. A Binance listing operates as the crypto world's ultimate stamp of approval, silencing every critic who's questioned Pi's longevity and legitimacy. Integration with Binance's massive ecosystem could accelerate Pi's utility in payments, trading, and decentralized applications at a speed that would make other cryptocurrencies envious of Pi's organic community foundation. For the Pi community, this represents more than just a listing. It symbolizes evolution from a contained mining environment to a fully tradable token positioned for broad economic integration. However, in the absence of official statements from either Binance or Pi Network's core team, healthy skepticism remains not just valid, but necessary for making informed decisions. Crypto markets have a notorious history with misinformation, and premature assumptions often lead to devastating volatility, crushing disappointment, and misguided investment decisions that destroy portfolios overnight. Pi Network's leadership has consistently emphasized careful, methodical rollout strategies, particularly focusing on KYC compliance, internal development, and ecosystem integrity. Rushing to exchanges without completing these foundational steps could completely undermine their carefully crafted long-term vision. Several critical prerequisites would likely need completion before Binance could even consider listing Pi. The open network phase must achieve full blockchain interoperability and enable seamless external asset transfers. Exchange listings demand absolute transparency in supply mechanics and distribution models, something that requires meticulous preparation and regulatory approval across jurisdictions. Binance's global operations maintain strict adherence to KYC, AML, and complex jurisdictional requirements that vary across different countries and regulatory frameworks. If Pi has quietly fulfilled these conditions or is preparing to unveil them through strategic partnerships, a listing could materialize with shocking speed. Otherwise, this might remain a tantalizing topic of speculation for the foreseeable future, keeping the community on edge while development continues behind the scenes. Whether Binance confirms a Pi listing this month or we continue speculating into next year, the project's broader trajectory screams growing legitimacy that extends far beyond simple exchange speculation. Influencer involvement is increasing exponentially, user participation has reached record levels across all continents, and decentralized app development shows an ecosystem genuinely preparing for comprehensive Web3 expansion. If Binance delivers the confirmation we're all desperately hoping for, we could witness a catalytic moment that propels Pi into mainstream global relevance overnight. Even if these remain unconfirmed rumors for now, the incredible buzz reflects something much deeper than temporary excitement: growing confidence, expanding curiosity, and building anticipation that extends far beyond our immediate Pi community into mainstream crypto consciousness. The intelligence suggests Pi Network is tracking specific metrics, including daily active users, transaction volume, merchant adoption rates, application usage statistics, and community engagement levels. These performance indicators determine open mainnet readiness and launch timing decisions. Cross-blockchain integration testing has begun with select partner networks to evaluate interoperability functionality and security protocols. External exchange partnership discussions are progressing with major platforms interested in Pi listing opportunities. Regulatory engagement continues with government authorities in key markets to establish compliance frameworks. Each completed migration wave contributes measurably toward these open mainnet prerequisites by increasing verified user population, expanding ecosystem activity, and demonstrating network stability under growing transaction loads. For pioneers approaching second wave migration, understanding advanced strategy optimization can significantly impact your ecosystem position and future benefits. Migration timing affects your access to expanding functionality and economic opportunities within Pi's growing digital economy. Immediate action requirements include comprehensive mainnet checklist review to identify completion gaps and prioritize resolution activities. KYC verification optimization involves ensuring documentation accuracy and completeness to avoid processing delays. Application functionality testing confirms your device compatibility and interface responsiveness for smooth migration experience. Referral network leaders should focus on supporting downstream pioneers through migration guidance and KYC completion assistance. Successful referral migrations generate additional mining rewards and strengthen your network's collective mainnet presence. Community building activities enhance your ecosystem influence and access to advanced functionality. Post-migration ecosystem engagement strategies involve exploring domain auction opportunities for premium PI namespace acquisition. Educational platform participation can enhance your skills while supporting Pi's utility development. Merchant network exploration identifies local businesses accepting Pi payments and expands your transaction opportunities. Application development considerations include evaluating App Studio capabilities for creating your own Pi-based applications and services. Web3 identity management through PI domains establishes your permanent presence in Pi's decentralized ecosystem. Community governance participation prepares you for voting rights and network decision-making responsibilities. The second wave migration offers expanded access for previously excluded users, referral bonus opportunities for network builders, and ecosystem growth acceleration through increased mainnet population. This comprehensive approach ensures Pi Network maintains its inclusive philosophy while building towards sustainable open mainnet functionality. Pi Network's second migration wave represents more than technical advancement. It demonstrates a revolutionary approach to cryptocurrency development that prioritizes utility creation over speculative trading. This methodology could fundamentally transform how blockchain projects develop sustainable value and achieve mainstream adoption. The enclosed mainnet strategy allows Pi Network to build genuine economic circulation before external market pressures influence development priorities. Educational applications, merchant payments, domain systems, and entertainment platforms create real utility that supports Pi's value independent of trading speculation. This foundation provides stability that traditional cryptocurrencies lack. Web3 ecosystem development through Pi Browser, Pi Wallet, App Studio, and .pi domains creates comprehensive infrastructure for decentralized application development and user interaction. No other blockchain project offers comparable integrated functionality for mainstream user adoption and developer innovation. Global accessibility through mobile mining and simplified user interfaces eliminates technical barriers that prevent mainstream cryptocurrency adoption. Pi Network's approach makes blockchain technology accessible to billions of users who cannot participate in traditional cryptocurrency ecosystems due to technical complexity or financial requirements. The migration strategy validates Pi Network's commitment to building sustainable, inclusive, and revolutionary digital currency that serves real people solving real problems rather than enriching speculative traders or institutional investors. The second wave of Pi Network mainnet mapping marks a pivotal moment in cryptocurrency history where utility-first development proves superior to speculation-driven token launches. For every pioneer watching this analysis, your participation in this migration represents involvement in the most significant Web3 revolution ever attempted.